Good morning, I'm Sunetra Choudhury, political editor of the Hindustan Times, bringing you the best from our pages on Thursday, April 30th. First, a look at the numbers. There are now 33,016 cases across the country, and 1,076 people have now died from COVID-19. Our top story, the government has now confirmed that come Monday they will be easing restrictions, especially in the green zones. They said that there will be normal economic activity resuming in those areas. And so the best news of all is for the migrants who have been stranded there. They've asked state governments to make arrangements for them. So if you are sick of the 40-day lockdown, then that's good news for you. Our second story, of course, is an analysis of who will benefit the most. And we find that the areas that are not affected by COVID-19, which are the first to benefit, and remember, government said normal economic activity in those green zones, they're mostly in rural areas. Now, there are more than 300 districts out of the total 718 which do not have COVID-19 cases. However, they only account for a third of India's population. Most of the COVID-19 cases are in 15 urban districts, places like Mumbai and Delhi. For you and me, however, we have to wait and see exactly what kind of relief we get come Monday. The next story that we have for you is a follow-up, a different kind of study that looks at if there's a link between air pollution and COVID-19. The study that has been done by Stanford University and University of Verona is based from results coming out of Italy, and it finds that those areas where they have more than 100 days of higher PM10 levels, they are at 3 times likely risk of having COVID-19 and higher risk of the disease. However, experts are warning that you can't generalize like that, especially because they say that this study doesn't show how having a higher pollution level is linked to being COVID positive. It is, of course, of special interest to us because in Delhi, we definitely have those high pollution levels. So that's a second study which has looked at how pollution levels could be linked to having higher cases of COVID-19. Well, speaking of studies, there's another study as well, which of course is good news for us. We've looked at the fact that could the fact that India has been less impacted by COVID-19 be linked to the fact that here we have universalization of the TB vaccine, or what's known as the BCG vaccine. Well, Hindustan Times has analyzed the fatality rate and found that similar kind of low fatality rate is also there in other countries like Peru, Portugal, and Saudi Arabia. They are doing 3 to 4 times better than other countries where the BCG vaccine is not mandatory, countries like US and Italy. However, there are experts who point out that it's not just because of the BCG vaccine. They point out these developing countries like ours could be the fact that they have a younger population, and that is why they have a lower fatality rate. So that's something that we need much more research on. And finally, a story that perhaps will break your heart, it certainly broke mine, that in COVID-19 we're finding higher occurrences of people just abandoning their pets. This report coming out from Friendicoes, which runs an animal shelter here in the capital, they've said that the rates of people just leaving pets at their door has gone up 3 times. People are citing various reasons. They're saying that they can't take their pets out for a walk, they can't get specialized pet foods at home, and that is why they're just abandoning them. There are also fears of certain people because of stray cases coming from across the world of pets being infected, but these are very, very rare, that people feel that they might get infected. However, there doesn't seem to be any scientific basis to that. And as they say, pets are for life. Those are the news updates for now. Stay tuned to HindustanTimes.com.